Hey everybody, SC Terracon here. Now before we start the video, I want to talk about something really quickly. I am incredibly sorry for delaying this video multiple times. In my personal life, I've been doing a lot of busy things that has been stopping me from uploading a lot recently. But thanks to God, I'm doing completely well now, and I'm finally getting this video out there. So, let's get started. So, SH Figuarts is a company that makes high-quality figures. What kind of figures do they make exactly? Good thing that you asked. SH Figuarts has made figures for Dragon Ball, Godzilla, Spider-Man, and even at one point, they made Mario figures, which is kinda crazy to even think about. But there's one thing SH Figuarts hasn't made. Something that has been a dream of mine ever since I was a kid. And that dream was for them to make Sonic figures. Now of course, this collaboration might not even happen. But this whole video is just gonna be based off of what if. So stick with me here folks. Let's say, what if Jakks Pacific lost the Master Toy license for Sonic the Hedgehog in 2025, now leaving Sega to search for the next big company to make Sonic products, in which they stumble upon SH Figuarts. They both have a discussion and agree with each other's terms, and SH Figuarts is preparing to make their figures. But before we can make our figures, we have to sketch things out first. Now of course, we can just grab the Jakks Pacific's figure base and use it for the SH Figuarts, right? Well, not exactly. The massive difference between Jakks Pacific's and SH Figuarts is that Jakks Pacific's lacks a lot when it comes to articulation and quality, but for SH Figuarts, it's a different situation. So in this scenario, we can't use Jakks Pacific's base, so we gotta create a new one for SH Figuarts. Now for the SH Figuarts base, my inspiration for the base was inspired by most of their Spider-Man figures, and at times, I did use Jazzwares figures as an inspiration. But while making the base for the figures, I had to keep in mind of two things. First, I had to make sure that the figures looked as reminiscent to their actual designs from the games, but I also had to keep in mind to make these figures realistic as possible, that they would fit the SH Figuarts theme. And now that I finally finished explaining everything, let's take a look at what I've made. Let's start this off by showing our favorite blue blur, Sonic. Now what I did with Sonic here is that I made the torso a bit more bigger, because if I make it small, it's just gonna wobble around and eventually fall. Another thing that I did change was the hands. You can notice that they are a bit smaller than usual, and it's the same situation with the torso. You know, if it's too big, it's gonna put a lot of weight onto the arm and it's just gonna flop down. Now with the design here, I decided to make it a little bit more similar to Yuikawa's art style while also adding just a little bit of my art style into it. I also added more vibrant colors to the design because without vibrant colors, it probably wouldn't look all that good. The only issue I have with this design is that I made the muzzle just a bit too big. And same with the shoes, I also made the shoes just a bit too big. But other than that, I think I did a decent job with this Sonic figure. Next up on the list is Tails. Now with Tails here, I'm gonna be through with you guys, but I think this is my least favorite design. The face I made for him just doesn't work, the legs are far too separated and they're just a bit too long, and the hands were made way too small. The figure that I used for inspiration for Tails here was the Pan figure from Dragon Ball Superhero, so hopefully next time I do manage to make a better looking Tails figure compared to this. Next up on our list is Knuckles. For Knuckles' body, I had to base it off of the movie design because I feel like that would work a whole lot more than his actual game design. But other than that, I made his spawn just a little bit smaller because, again, the weight of his hands might affect the arm. The dreads near the front kind of like affect the design a bit, but it's alright. The only issue I have with the design here is that the legs are just a bit too long. But other than that, I think I did a decent job when it comes to Knuckles' design. And the last figure I'll be showing off is Amy Rose. This is probably one of my most favorite designs I've made so far. The length of her arms and legs and torso work very well, but the only problem I really have is the torso. I think I made the torso, like the upper part of the torso, just a bit too big, and I feel like I could have made it just a tad bit more smaller, but other than that, I think I did a really good job when it comes to this Amy design. And that is the end of today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching this concept video that has been in the works for a while now, but if you guys want more content like this, just hit the subscribe button, that'll let me know. But anyways, that's it for today's video, and I'll be seeing you guys in the next one. Adios.